felt sure that this book held the key. Oh, the key. Now, I believe this key could hold the key. Unless I'm very much mistaken, it's a front door key.
I think you'll find that it's a safe key, Inspector.
Well, of course, Mrs. Marbles. Why would we anticipate danger from a mere key?
No. The key to the safe.
The safe? Oh, precisely what I was thinking, Miss Marbles. So, if you will bear with me and without further ado, I shall go and unlock the proverbial panda's box. Where's the safe, Thompson?
I don't know, sir. I believe I know, Inspector. Perhaps you will allow me the honour of assisting you.
Well, thank you very much, monsieur.
But, Sarge...
Oh, stop fussing, Thompson. But you don't show that kind of initiative.
I believe that the contents of the safe are quite immaterial, Inspector. I believe I know the identity of the murderer.
Oh, you do?
I've come across similar cases, and this particular one seems to fit the bill completely.
Well, continue, Mrs. Marbles, because I suspect your suspicions will confirm these suspicions what I already suspect.
I believe that Mrs. Bagshot has a half-brother of Romanian nationality. A half-brother who was rejected by his family and took refuge in Albania, where he mixed with dubious company. He had an illegitimate daughter by the name of Elana. Scorned and humiliated by the family for years, they plotted to take revenge and inherit a fortune. It is my belief that Mr. Bunting is that man, and Elizabeth is his daughter.
What an utterly ridiculous suggestion. You can't possibly believe her, Inspector.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. It's a line of investigation I've been pursuing for some time. Would you care to confirm your proof, Mrs. Marbles?
Oh, no, that is not possible, Inspector.
Oh, come. Don't be so modest.
But I have none.
What?
No. I was merely postulating. You see, usually when I make my great revelation, the murderer completely breaks down and confesses everything.
You mean
Unfortunately, on this occasion, I seem to have failed.
You mean you made it all up?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I thought it was worth a try.
Mrs. Marbles, do you realise the seriousness of your rash pustule? I could have you charged with... I could have you charged with a very serious charge.
I am sorry, Inspector, but I bring unfortunate news. The safe was empty, apart from a small amount of money. A trifle.
A trifle? Pity. I had other hopes. I'll hold on to this, could be important.
No copy of the will, I suppose.
I think we covered all the possibilities of the will, Thompson.
Sarge, everything's changed. The Colonel now stands to inherit the estate.
Oh.
Does he? Do you?
So it would seem, old boy.
Charles, what do you say?
Yeah, no doubt surprised. But then you didn't know that your husband had had a long-standing relationship with Miss Bogshot.
A relationship? With Mildred? Oh, I can assure you that my husband has never had any relationships with anyone. Not even me. Tell him, Charles.
Afraid I can't, old girl. It's true.
Charles, what are you saying? Stop it now. Stop it.
Really, Inspector, this is too much. I gave you information in the strictest confidence.
Regrettable, but another crime has been perpetuated. Over many years, your husband had a lustful, sinful, pestilential relationship with Miss Buckshot. As a token of her esteem, she made certain changes to her will, and with the death of Miss Foxhunt, Colonel here became major beneficiary. Charge him, Thompson.
How could you do it, Charles? How could you do it?
I think that concludes the... Oh, sorry, charge him, didn't I? I think that concludes the investigation.
Are you sure, Sarge? Are you sure, Sarge?
Quite absolutely, Thompson. Major beneficiary here came here with the express intent of killing the ladies of the house. He did so with ruthless cunning, expecting to outwit the forces of the law. But unfortunately for him, he didn't count on me.
This is preposterous!
I think not. You were closest to the scene of the crime on both occasions. Mrs. Buckshot, shortly before she was killed, said, "So you found?" Talking about your gun. It was the gun that you were holding.
Actually, I introduced it, Sarge.
Don't be so clever, Thompson. Miss Foxtrot, her last words were, "He's trying to kill me." He, Colonel. Now, neither Butler Bumsting nor Mr. Marseilles here had anything to gain from killing them. Charge her, Thompson. Charge him, Thompson. Go on then. Now, you accuse me of incompetence, Colonel. You were the first to cast assertions. Now you'll see how incompetent I really am.
My husband may be an adulterer, but you're very wrong about one thing, Sergeant.
I think not. I'm really, really wrong.
My husband is not the only man here who had a motive for killing Dorothy. Ask Pierre, or perhaps I should say Peter.
Hang on, he needs a line.
No, he doesn't. No. It's fine. You carry on.
When my husband was talking to your superior, I came downstairs and I overheard Pierre and Elizabeth talking about Dorothy. She seemed to have some kind of evidence against me. They were plotting to kill her.
What a ridiculous suggestion. How can you suggest such a thing?
You can't believe her, Inspector. The woman's deranged. She's just protecting her husband.
And you can forget and drop those phony accents. He is no more French than you are, Sergeant, and she is nothing but a common trot.
I will not stay here another minute and listen to this.
Just a moment, Miss. Sarge, I think these two have got some explaining to do.
I think I may be able to help. I remember now that Mildred was rather concerned. Something to do with those paintings.
Not real paintings, of course. Copies. Supplied by him.
Oh, they are in it together.
So, the thick plottons. What are your real and proper names?
Pierre, don't say a thing. It's all been a ghastly misunderstanding.
It's no use, Elizabeth.
Pierre, please.
The game's up, Elizabeth. Can't you see?
Follow me and have your me.
Bravo, Thompson!
Oh, don't check. Bunting arrived just in the nick of time. It's like your keystone topsy, Sergeant.
Hold on to her, Major. Pull yourself together, Thompson. Now, Mr. Marseilles, what were you saying?
Elizabeth and I were working together. 2 years ago, we sold the paintings to Mrs. Bagshot. Except before dispatch, we swapped the originals for these copies. Dorothy found out. She tried to blackmail us.
So, you mortally killed her?
Oh, I didn't. We didn't. We haven't killed anybody.
I think I'll be the judge of that.
I told Mildred there were copies. Blood I must have overheard.
So, you incurably killed her to save your own skins, as I suspected from the start.
We haven't hurt anybody.
I don't think that will wear in any legal court of law. You should be more careful. You know what put me onto you? It was when you came in here and said you found a trifle in the safe. The ramblings of a madman. So, I'll conclude my conclusions. A classically conducted case. which will go down in the annals of criminal crime. 2 young innocents murdered to death. Take it away, Thompson, and I'll handle Miss Hartley Trumpet in the ear. Good afternoon, all.
Oh, how shocking. And they seem such a delightful young couple. Really, it never ceases to amaze me the depths to which the human spirit will sink.
You blighter of suspicious, a spot of a mile.
I shall instruct Bunting to fetch my bags downstairs.
Wait a minute, old girl. I can... I suppose she'll want to listen anyway.
Give her time, Colonel. Time is a great healer of wounds, physical and mental.
Oh, she's never been one for patience. Hard to explain to a woman how a chap feels. Dashed awkward. Pity women aren't a bit more like chaps. Make life a lot simpler.
Oh, perhaps you could stay here for the moment, Colonel. After all, soon, all this will belong to you.
Oh, I can't even think about it alone. Too dashed confused. Own fault. Shouldn't have carried on with Mildred. Bad form.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Colonel. We all have our weaknesses, affairs, the sensuous curve of a young girl's breast, the half-concealed virgin's thighs.
I'm taking the car. You can make your own travel arrangements, and I shall have your things delivered to the club, and you'll be here for my solicitor.
Wait a minute, old girl. You don't need to offer a half like this. Sit down. We can have a bit of a chin-wag.
There is nothing to discuss.
Look, old girl.
Don't you dare old girl me. 35 years we've been married, and from day one it's been old girl this and old girl that.
I didn't realise that it said you, old girl.
There's a lot of things you never realise. Too busy making up your pathetic stories. Too busy trying to impress your friends at the club. Too busy to notice me.
You didn't complain. Too much. Or you were reasonably content.
Content! God! I don't know what Mildred saw in you. Unless you were different with her than me.
I don't think so.
I've been trapped, Charles. No way out. Not until now. I've suddenly realised you've suddenly become a very wealthy man. And I am going to squeeze every last penny out of you. What do you think of that?
You seem a spot upset, old girl.
Oh, you're pathetic, Charles, pathetic!
I'll make it up to you. Scout's honour and all that. I don't know where I'd be without you.
It's too late for that, much too late. And I've got everything I came for.
What do you mean, everything you came here for?
It's not important.
What do you mean?
You knew about Mildred and your husband before you came here.
That is no concern of yours, and it makes no difference now.
I expect you knew about the will, too.
So what if I did?
I have been so stupid. If you overheard Elizabeth and Pierre plotting to murder Dorothy, why didn't you say something straight away? You wanted her dead.
Oh, you're very clever, Miss Mary. Yes, I wanted her dead, but I didn't kill her.
But you killed Mildred. That's what she was trying to say. So, you have found your husband's gun.
That's quite enough. It can't be true. Mildred wouldn't... Margaret would not be capable of harming anyone. She wouldn't know how.
Then now you underestimate me!
Margaret, you don't know what you're saying.
Yes, I do. Yes, I did kill Mildred.
No!
That shocks you. Good. I found out about you and Mildred from one of your so-called friends at the club. He even gave me some of her letters. I found out about the will, and it was my lucky break. I could divorce a wealthy man.
But the estate was left to Dorothy.
Ah, unfortunately, I only got half of the story. I didn't realise the other part until I arrived here.
And that's when you realised that Dorothy had to die.
No point. I suddenly had a lucky break. I overheard Pierre and Dorothy talking. It was very, very lucky. All I had to do was sit and wait.
And they killed her for you.
Oh, you're not that clever, Miss Rachel. No, they didn't kill her.
But you did it because she said he is trying to kill me.
And so he was.
But who?
Me.
Mr. Bunting? But why?
Charles was quite right about one thing. He had seen Robert before. In my bed.
Bunting? But it's not Bunting, is it? It's Benson. Mess orderly. Hey, you ran off with the same night with the mess silver.
That's right.
Bob Barry Benson. That's what we used to call him. But that was over 20 years ago.
28 years ago, to be precise, Charles. I recognised Robert as soon as I arrived here. It was very convenient. He was quite happy to help me for a proportion of the profits. After I shot Mildred, he took me in the cellar and up the back stairs.
I don't understand why he had to kill them when somebody else was going to do it for you.
Oh, Robert nearly bungled that.
Oh.
When I explained to him that Dorothy was to be killed, he was too drunk to understand, and he thought that he had to do it. He poked his head up from the basement, shot her, and then feigned unconsciousness. We were very lucky to get away with that.
Ah, but you haven't, my dear. We know all about it.
Get away from that.
I think we'll have to arrange a little adventure for you both. A tragic accident. Over the cliff in the car, I think.
Oh no! Not the Bentley!
Yes. A little embarrassing, coming so soon after the other killings. But then, the police already do have the murderers. And it does have its advantages. We get to keep all the money.
You can't mean it, girl.
Oh, just watch me, Charles. Keep them covered, Robert.
Oh, Mr. Bumstein. I was wondering where Thompson had left that.
No, Inspector, no, you've got the wrong ones.
Pardon?
Oh, Inspector. After them, Inspector. They're the murderers. No, not in there. Look, outside.
After them, Thompson. Come on, man. You can up faster than that. Is there a doctor in the house? Thompson seems to have injured his other foot.